Sports Edition. My name is Jackson, along with
Ryan
and Joey.
And today we will be discussing the Sweet 16 round of the NCAA tournament.
The matchups for this year's Sweet 16 are, in the West, Gonzaga versus West Virginia, and Xavier versus Arizona. The East has Wisconsin versus Florida, and Baylor versus South Carolina.
And the Midwest is Kansas versus Purdue, and Michigan versus Oregon. In the South is North Carolina versus Butler, and UCLA versus Kentucky.
So Ryan, which teams are you surprised to see in this round?
Well, Joey, I am surprised to see Xavier and South Carolina. South Carolina beat Duke by 7 points, scoring 65 in the second half points that sealed it. And Xavier beat a good Florida State team on their way to the Sweet 16. They were outmatched by size and strength and shot the lights out to win by 25.
Lost considering how hot they've been lately, and I'm a little surprised that Iowa State is not in there because they are very talented and outplayed Purdue in the second half after being down by 19 earlier in the game. But it was just not enough.
Now, who are your Elite Eight picks, Joey?
I have Michigan and Kansas because Oregon lost their big man while West for the Wolverines is thriving. I have UCLA and UNC moving on as well because UCLA is hot and Kentucky is not. While UNC is too overpowering for Butler, I have Arizona and Gonzaga. Both are good teams who are too good for their opponents. And lastly, I have Baylor and Florida moving on. Wisconsin and South Carolina's Cinderella stories are over when they face these big powerhouses.
See, Joey, I disagree. I think Oregon has a chance. Sophomore Tyler Dorsey came up clutch for Oregon in the win versus Rhode Island with 24 points and shooting 9 for 10 from the field. So it could be a close game.
Right. Who got posed by the refs in the round of 32?
Well, I thought the biggest bad call was Arkansas versus UNC. Joel Berry drove to the rim while it was a 2-point game with under a minute to go. He tried the Euro step but ran straight into an Arkansas defender who drew the charge, but it went uncalled. And then on top of it, Berry traveled while stopping, and he missed the shot, but it fell to Kennedy Meeks for the tip-in. UNC would go on to win that, and that missed call could have decided it.
Was anyone surprised Villanova, the defending champs, lost?
Yes, very, but watching the game, Josh Hart and Chris Jenkins were off for the Wildcats, and the rest of the team play was pretty flat. Wisconsin deserved the win in the end because of the shaky refereeing.
I also thought Xavier played a great game, and Trevor Blewett and J.P. Makura went on and off, and that's how Xavier could upset Arizona. So Ryan, who are your final 4 picks?
I believe the Final Four will be Florida, Arizona, Kansas, and UCLA.
I think Baylor, North Carolina, Arizona, and Kansas because Baylor has some great big men in Motley and Akil Jr. are both powerhouses, and Manu Lecomte has been playing great for them, and North Carolina keeps surviving and advancing, and they are strong enough to get to Phoenix.
That's all the time we have today. Thanks for listening.